At the heart of Malawi's crop production is the type and quality of seeds. Improved seed varieties equate to a good harvest for the farmer. But not only are seeds important if the farmer is to realize a good harvest, good farming practices are also required to be followed. So the lower the quality of the seed a farmer uses, the lesser the yield and sometimes the lower the nutrient content of the end product, in this case the food that the population consumes. Biofortified crops such as maize, which is orange in color and rich in vitamin A, beans rich in zinc, just to mention but a few, are critical to Malawi's effort against hidden hunger or malnutrition. These are the key characters a farmer should look out for in crops, especially now that Malawi, like other countries in the world, is experiencing serious effects of climate change. It is to ensure availability of these crops to farmers that non-profit organization HarvestPlus has been supporting efforts to promote such seeds in Malawi. Derings Piri is country manager for HarvestPlus Malawi program.
We end hidden hunger by developing and promoting nutrient-dense staple crops, which we call biofortified crops. The whole concept is to make sure that people get nutritious staple crops. Our staple crops are not nutritious at all. So through the process which we call biofortification, some key micronutrients are being added to these staple crops through the process of biofortification. The micronutrients you might wish to know are iron and zinc, vitamin A. These are very key for the normal functioning of our bodies. HarvestPlus is a program and is part of the International Agriculture Research Group, otherwise known as CGIAR. Call them the CG centers. Its mandate is to end hidden hunger.
It's been long overdue, but farmers across the country are now adopting the improved varieties. At Chifula Irrigation Scheme in the area of Sub-Traditional Authority Ngowe in Chikwawa, farmers are hopeful. 2 months ago, farmers here planted orange maize they received from Cycle for Integrated Community Development, SICOD, an organization that is collaborating with HarvestPlus in a quest to promote the new varieties.
Our relationship with Harvest Help started some 2 years ago. Basically, we set up some demonstrations in Doha and Kasungu jointly. The aim was to actually promote this biofortified maize seed to farmers. So we did some demonstrations in Doha and Kasungu, and we have seen that adoption by farmers is quite high, and they are very happy with the harvest.
Chifula Irrigation Scheme's chairperson Joyce Luga reports that from what they are seeing in the field, the future looks bright with vitamin A fortified maize. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Chabananga in Chikwawa. Farmers at Chikombero Irrigation Scheme at Ndakwera village are busy irrigating their crops, which include orange maize. Like their counterparts at Chivula Scheme, the farmers can't wait for a harvest and taste of this nutritious sweet maize. Lufina Chinsungwe is one of the farmers at the scheme and says the maize variety has proved to be resistant to the fall armyworm, which has been ravaging crops in the country for over 2 growing seasons.
July.
Farmers at Chikombero Irrigation Scheme are expected to harvest the crop. As one of the farmers, Patrick Justin explains, from what they are seeing in the field thus far, the club plans to grow this type of maize on an even bigger plot moving forward. Justin says the group will engage agriculture extension workers in the area for more such maize after this harvest. While farmers in Chikwawa are happy with orange maize, it is beans rich in zinc that has caught the eye of farmers in Mchinji. A bean field at Changazi irrigation scheme at Mavwere in Mchinji. Steve Chigalu is an extension worker in the area and tells us the importance of biofortified crops to the farmer at a time Malawi has been experiencing droughts and heavy rains.
Mbeu zimene zikunoko zabwera pa programu ya HarvestPlus monga ngati nyemba ndi chimanga cha orange. Mbeu zimene zikulimbikitsidwa ni alimi wakuti azilima chifukwa zimatha kutithandizira vitamin A maka chimanga cha orange imene imathandiza kuti ana amene atha kukula asadzakhale ni vuto la maso, azitha kukhala ni maso ona bwino. Komanso pali nyemba zimene mumapezeka michere ing'ono imene yoti sima iron, zinc, imene yoti mbeu zathu zambiri zimene tikulima za masambazi simapezeka.
At Edakweni irrigation scheme in the area of traditional authority Ntwalo in Nzimba district, the crop is green and deep-rooted. There is no sign of any fall armyworm attack on its leaves, a sharp contrast to the appearance of the other maize crop in nearby fields. Martha Chirwa is the scheme's treasurer and thinks this is due to the type of maize crop that they have planted on this part of the scheme.
Ife tunazala mJuly. Koma mmene tinazalira tikuona kuti chimanga chimene chichikula mwansanga. Ndiponso chikuonesa kuti ndicho pilira kuchiwawu chifukwa sitinaone vuto lenileni kuchimanga chimene.
Another member of the scheme, Akimu Msoya, agrees.
Mbeu zimenezi tinazitenga ku HarvestPlus kuzera kwa Equended Mission. Chimanga chimenechi chishandisa kwambiri ndikati kumalima zaka ndi zaka chifukwa choti chili tolerance ku matenda komanso chimasa mwansanga. Choncho ndi vitamin amene ampezeka mbeu imene mathandiza kwambiri ku matupi athu.
Orange maize and other biofortified crops HarvestPlus and its partners are promoting has over the years added an HIV/AIDS program being implemented at Equended Mission. The Equended Mission's HIV and AIDS program provides support to the vulnerable, including people living with HIV. The program, among other things, provides nutritious food to over 7,000 people living with HIV/AIDS in its area of focus. Programs coordinator Lumbani Mahemani Chirwa says the intervention by HarvestPlus program has helped the mission satisfy the demand for nutritious food among the targeted populations.
The first one is nutrition. So in nutrition, we provide direct food support. We also provide them with the seeds that they grow, but this particular type of seed is a bit different from the normal one because the ones we use this when we are giving to the people are biofortified. Those have nutrients enriched, more especially vitamin A. We have worked together with HarvestPlus in provision of the biofortified seeds, more especially maize and beans.
For a long time now, research has provided the much-needed support to Malawi's agricultural sector. It is through study that researchers at Chiteze Research Station in Lilongwe have completed trials and released 10 orange maize varieties for farmers to start growing. 3 of these varieties are now being commercialized. Chief Maize Breeder and Acting National Research Coordinator for Cereals, Dr. Kesbel Kaonga, confirms that Malawians could benefit a lot from orange maize and other biofortified crops such as biofortified sweet potatoes and beans.
In terms of biofortified maize, we are working on vitamin A. We started this work in 2012 with an observation trial. Let me say orange maize is rich in vitamin A. Currently we have varieties that have 9 to 14 micrograms per gram vitamin A. But in 2014, under APSA project, Agriculture Productivity Program for Southern Africa, we started developing our own varieties. So we are making the crosses here in Malawi, and from that work we released 5, MH45 up to MH49A. So in total we have 10 orange maize varieties released in Malawi.
Kaonga says apart from health benefits to under 5 children, the varieties have the potential of growing the country's economy. He says orange maize could be a vibrant industry on its own, as it is a raw material for other products such as cornflakes.
Maiko ena akupangira cornflakes zakudya za mamawas za breakfast, cornflakes ambiri madziwo ngati company ya Kellogg yimapanga cornflakes. Ngati ku West Africa ku Nigeria cornflakes anamanga ma factory they are using akugwisa ntchito orange maize kupangira cornflakes. Komanso ukoza kupangiranso ma crisps kuchokera kuchimanga cha orange maize amaonekaso bwino zedi. Zinthu zoti kumbali ya ndalama kuti ukoza kupindula nayo zedi mbewu iyi. From a company amene akupangira zizi ndiye kuti akhala ndi demand yayikulu yofuna grain watakapangire zimenezi. Ndiye ikoza khala ndi market yabwino zedi mbewu iyi mwinanso kupoza mitundu ya chimanga ina.
After the seeds are developed and released on the market, HarvestPlus then promotes them so that Malawian farmers can start growing and eventually consuming the crops to, among other things, end hidden hunger. HarvestPlus is working with agro-dealers and seed multipliers such as Pelisha and Global Seeds. Biofortification involves the incorporation of key micronutrients into staple food crops such as maize in order to improve nutrition levels in the crops. The targeted micronutrients include vitamin A, zinc, and iron, which are said to be essential for good health, human development, and strengthening of the immune systems.